Hi there, Gurbinder. Let's take a look at this new set of essays you have written. Domestic and international travel. Discuss the advantages and disadvantages of it. Okay, nowadays a large number of people travel nationally and internationally. Although it has many benefits, some people believe that travel has a harmful effect. Traveling has numerous advantages as it provides exposure to a new world, but also brings some drawbacks. Okay, fine. There are numerous positive aspects of travel nationally and internationally. All right, because you just used this nationally, internationally. So instead, you could have said, there are numerous positive aspects of domestic and international travel. That's at least changing around a little bit. Again, because you just used the exact same expression like 2 sentences ago. Firstly, it educates people about the various traditions and culture of other places. That is to say, not it is to say, that is to say, travel provides an opportunity for people to mix with locals and have insight, no an, into their life closely. In this way, they can gain knowledge of specific traditions, plural. Reportedly, recent research by the tourism department at Sydney, in Sydney perhaps, reveals that traveling is helpful to decrease culture shock among visitors. Secondly, traveling is the best mode of relaxation and enjoyment. After a long work, some people enjoy visiting different places and eating food. Okay, I disagree with this expression here. After a long work. After maybe, I don't know, a long year, or after hard work, or after, how about not after at all? On one's holiday, you could say, or to take a break from work, something. There are other ways you could say it, but after a long work here is awkward and inaccurate and incorrect. Okay. Let's see. I'm just going to read this again. Okay, so I'm glad that you talked about more than one advantage. That's important, and I'm glad you did that, because it says advantages and disadvantages, but I felt like this one was a little underdeveloped, okay? It's the best mode of relaxation and enjoyment. I wanted a little more here. Also, I don't know about this eating food. So in new places, you could have said, I don't know, seeing new sights. So something else. It felt kind of sudden to me, and it felt kind of underdeveloped. And also, don't forget that you need to have some sort of a conclusive statement to the end of your paragraph to kind of tie it all together back with the first sentence. All right, so on the other hand, traveling brings many disadvantages also. A first issue is that many harmful diseases are spread. You're missing an R here. In other words, when sick tourists visit other places, they become the main source of infection because they carry diseases with them. Get rid of virus. It's superfluous. For example, a few cases of measles and typhoid in developed countries have resulted from unmonitored movements of people. Another problem is that traveling causes pollution. The number of flights has increased dramatically as traveler numbers are surging day by day. Fossil fuels are being used at an unprecedented level, and the burning of fuel increases pollution. Therefore, what's the takeaway? You could say something like illness and pollution are increasing around the world due to travel. That's what's missing from this paragraph. Okay? In conclusion, while the number of travelers is increasing day by day, and it is very advantageous, traveling has detrimental effects also. And you're missing something, such as, I don't know about this, a mobile influx spread diseases. That's awkward. It has detrimental effects also, including the spread of disease and environmental pollution. Okay? That would have been a better way to approach this. It's good though. It's good. I want to see you using maybe a little higher level vocabulary. That's one thing that was missing for me. I didn't see any collocations or any sort of vocabulary that made me say, oh, nice. So that's kind of important. You need to have something a little higher level. Everything felt very intermediate. Okay? I mean, you did have a couple things like it provides exposure, positive aspects, but all of this is not really advanced level. So I don't remember the score that you need. I don't know if you've told us or if I read that anywhere, but I would like to see maybe some more advanced vocabulary. All right? Keep that in mind, and let's take a look at your task 1 here. Okay, it's the movies. Great. This graph gives information. It's actually a bar chart. So this bar chart gives information about 6 different types of movies that young males and females worldwide prefer to watch. Overall, as can be seen, both men and women preferred comedy movies the most. Okay, so this is the wrong placement here. Whereas romantic movies are the least liked by males as opposed to animation by females. Okay, the most significant difference in both genders' preferences is for romantic movies. All right, that's a lot for an overview. Maybe you could have cut some of this out. Okay. I mean, I think you could have stopped your overview right here, honestly. And then you would talk about this in your details, but let's see how you developed it. To begin, except for romantic and drama, movie preference of other genres is higher for men. Or I don't know what that means. What does that mean? Except for romantic and drama movies. Okay, I think I know what you're trying to say. Basically, the only places where women outnumbered men were in romantic and drama. In all the other genres, men's preferences outnumbered women's. That's what you mean. Unfortunately, the way you've said it is really awkward. So, except for romantic and drama movies, the preferences of men outnumbered those of women. Okay? For all other genres, and you could have said that. There are 145 men for comedy movies, and I don't know about this. There are. In contrast to 137 women. All right, let's leave it because the way you phrase it, I don't know how to fix it for you now. Similarly, about 140 men prefer action movies, while 80 women let me see. Similarly, about 140 men like action movies, while above 80 are women. It's awkward. Are women? They are men. It's awkward. It's basic, and it's not really using IELTS language. Let's see if I can maybe come up with something to fix it a little bit. For animation horror movies, 9 more males prefer these than their counterparts. Awkward again. Their counterparts. Turning to the remaining movie preferences, young women worldwide are in favor of romantic and drama. No, more young women worldwide are in favor of romantic movies and drama movies than men. Almost 5 times as many women liked romantic movies as men. 86. No, we don't call them young girls and young boys because they're not children; they're adults. All right. So you could have just said young women and young men preferred drama. Okay, so as far as your expression goes, this is probably the best sentence. All right, it was grammatically correct. And it's the type of language I'd like to see for task 1. This would have been good if you had a more here. More young women worldwide, but that's the type of language that I was referring to earlier when I said it's not IELTS language. Some of this that you're using, like with this R here. So that's the problem. I need this to be a little more IELTS-like, if that makes any sense at all. Preferences higher for men. Yeah, so things like, not there are, but 145 men preferred comedy movies in contrast to 137 women. Similarly, action movies were preferred by 140 men compared to only, or how about compared to 60 fewer women? You could have said something like that. So that's the type of language that was missing for me. It's fine though. I mean, you covered everything. I don't know if I'm a huge fan of the way you ordered things, but it got the job done. You did explain everything. You did have an overview. You did all the important things. So what I want you to do is really kind of clean up the language, maybe see the types of expressions we use and the type of comparisons we use for task 1. Let's see how you can correct this essay a little bit, okay? So go ahead and do that, and we'll meet back here with your next set of essays. Good luck, and keep on writing.